In this video, we're going to be discussing police reports, why you should take the initiative to get it, how to read it, and what to do if one wasn't made. My name is Christopher Raymond. I'm an attorney with Tate Law Offices, a law firm based in Dallas, Texas. Our practice concerns personal injury and wrongful death cases. If you want to know more about me or what my firm does, you can click on the icon here or below in the description. In the first video that we created called Starting the Claim, I encourage you to gather up certain documents, including the police report. If you take the initiative to get the police report, your claim is going to be processed faster. You don't want to wait around for the adjuster to do that. You need to get the copy, you need to read it, and you need to go ahead and give it to the adjuster so that your claim can move along faster. So how do you get the police report? The most direct way to get the police report is from the police agency that made it. When we talk about police agencies, we're talking about state troopers, county sheriffs, or municipal or city police officers. So you need to know who created your police report. But once you figure that out, if you Google them, they've all got records departments, and you can call the records department and see if they'll release the police report to you. If they will, great, you're done. Unfortunately, the trend has been for police agencies to not release police reports directly to the public. The rule is that the police agency has 10 days to upload the report to TxDOT. TxDOT has a database they call the CRIS system. That's C-R-I-S, and it stands for Crash Report Information System. There's a database online, and you can Google that. I'll show that website. And there you can purchase the police report. You can search for your police report by name. When you purchase a copy of the police report, you can get the uncertified copy. That's just fine. Most of the police entities in the state of Texas make their police reports available on the CRIS system. However, there are a few that don't. For instance, Fort Worth uses a site called ReportBeam, as does the city of Richardson, and a few other cities use LexisNexis BuyCrash. I'm going to show those websites here. So now that you've got a copy of the police report, you need to know how to read it, and police reports can be a little bit confusing. In order to walk you through how to read the police report, we're going to look at an actual police report that I've changed up just a little bit to get rid of some of the personal information. So we're looking at a Texas police report here. It's been written on Form CR3. This form is a standardized form for police reports in the state of Texas. So regardless of whether you have a state trooper, a county sheriff, or a city police officer who's written the report, it's going to be on this form. What you're really interested in doing is looking at the backside or the second page of the police report. Here in the narrative box, the officer writes a narrative about how the wreck occurred. Now he's going to refer to the drivers as Unit 1, Unit 2. If there's multiple other vehicles involved, he's going to refer to them by unit number. And here he's saying that Unit 1 was traveling north, Unit 2 is traveling south, Unit 1 had been drinking, there's a wreck, whatever. So how is it that you know who Unit 1 and Unit 2 are? You got to flip back to the first page, and you can see on the first page that it's divided into sections essentially. The top part gives you basic information about where and when the wreck occurred, and then the drivers are listed. Driver here is Johnny Bad Driver. The driver here is Annie Driveswell. If you look up in the upper left-hand corner, you can see that Annie's been given a designation of Unit 2. Johnny Bad Driver's been given the designation of Unit 1. Now you can flip back over to the back side of the police report and read it and see who did what. The second thing that you need to look at are the factors and conditions that the officer is saying contributed to the automobile wreck. Now this police report is it's coded out, and every box is given a particular number. Here, factors and conditions have been given number 36, and these are the factors and conditions that the officer believes, in his opinion, contributed to the automobile wreck. We can see here that the officer is saying that Unit 1 engaged in certain contributing factors, 60, 23, and 67. In order to be able to read this, you need the code sheet. And this is the code sheet. It's called the CR3 code sheet. I'm going to have a link placed in the description of this video so that you can download it, or we'll do something so that you can download it. You can Google it and get it that way too. But if you look on the second page, 36 are the factors and conditions that contributed, and all the codes are decoded here. So the officer in our case is saying that the factors were 60, 23, and 67. We go to the code sheet and we can see 60 is unsafe speed, 23 is failing to control speed, and 67 is driving under the influence of alcohol. Now if you look closely at the police report, every single box has a designated number, 38, 39, 40. This is true on the front side of the police report too. For instance, whether a alcohol specimen was taken from this driver is coded as 22. If we look over at the code sheet, we find box 22, which is here. We can see number 2 is equal to blood. So the officer is telling us that he took a blood sample from Johnny Bad Driver. And that's how you read a Texas police report. The police report can be a critical piece of evidence if the adjuster is trying to say that you or someone besides their driver caused the automobile wreck. But what if a police report wasn't made? Well, the most critical thing is witness information. By the time you're watching this video, it may be too late for that piece of advice, but if you do have contact information for witnesses or can locate a witness to your wreck, they can be extremely helpful. The second thing is to think like an accident reconstructionist. You're going to need to take photographs of your vehicle. If you can, photographs of the other person's vehicle. Perhaps the way that the damage is on the vehicle indicates how the wreck must have occurred. Go back to the scene. Look for tire marks. Sometimes if vehicles hit hard enough, they're deflected into the pavement, causing a gouge mark at the point of impact. That type of evidence can be used to establish how or where on the roadway the wreck occurred. If you're in a retail area, go to the commercial retailers and see if they have a video camera that was pointed out towards the roadway. Ring doorbell cameras now can be pointed out at a roadway so that they can capture an event. We've had major cases involving death or serious injury that involved pedestrians that were captured on a gas station video camera or a residential ring door camera. That type of footage can be just absolutely invaluable if you can find it. If you're really desperate, the last thing that I would recommend that you consider doing is downloading the electronic control module on your vehicle. Every vehicle these days has a black box of sorts that typically will record 5 seconds of data if there's a sudden braking event or an impact. Now that's going to cost money to do. You're going to have to hire an accident reconstructionist to go out and download that information. It can be critical. It can establish how the wreck occurred, but it's going to be difficult to recover the cost of downloading that black box. In this video, we've discussed police reports in the state of Texas, how to get them, how to read them, and what to do if one wasn't made. If you found this video helpful, please look for our other videos on our website or on the Tate Law Office's YouTube channel.